Make sure to like and subscribe. And I always think you guys are really, really tough at home. Those night games, man. It's tough place to play. It gets
And I
loud.
love it. I'm glad to
Sandstorm.
see y'all on the schedule again. Like all feels right with the world. I know Georgia fans probably don't look at South Carolina as a big rival. You got Auburn, Florida, Georgia Tech, but South Carolina, like that's a big game for us. And I'm very excited to see y'all. And it's the last home game of the year for South Carolina. So that's going to be an insane game. I'm probably going to have to go, willing to shell out some cash for that. But yeah, that's going to be a blast.
Yeah, same here. I got a close buddy and a lot closer than Athens. Might have to shell out some cash too. As well. It could be a cold night game in November. Depends on the weather.
It's crazy. So late in the year. That's like very abnormal from historically.
It is. Yeah, we'll look at the schedule here in a little bit. Real quick. Also, any like underrated breakout or dark horses that could stand out, maybe Gamecock fans aren't aware of or you're excited about?
Oh man, that's putting me on the spot. I mean, I said a second ago, Jaden Sellers. That's not really a dark horse, but I think he could have a really big impact on the offense and also special teams as well. I really like Julian Walker, the big recruit we have, freshman in that edge group as well. And then I said David Busey a second ago, safety who could see some serious playing time. I'm excited about him as well.
Good deal. Yeah, so wanted to bring up the schedule here and give your record prediction. I always like doing that. I know you'll probably do a deep dive as it gets closer.
Yeah, I haven't even really put my mind to it. Like I've looked at the schedule 100 times.
There you go.
And
looks like the first couple get your feet wet games, maybe get some backups in. Kent State, Towson Tigers.
Yeah. Which is kind of like a breath of fresh air. Like it's like Carolina, we usually start with like maybe you get that cupcake week 1, but then like it's either week 2 right away, or we've done like some in years past where that week 1 is a neutral site against, an NC State or a UNC. And sometimes you're on the wrong side of those. And that's no bueno. So yeah, I like starting out 2-0. I couldn't tell you the first thing about Mississippi State. I know they improved last year. I don't know anything about their roster, but I gotta like that as the SEC home opener, 4-15 kick. I feel good there. So if you start 3-0 potentially, like you're feeling good, and you won 4 games last year. Like if we win 3 in the first 3 weeks, like the vibes are gonna be high. Obviously you got a tough matchup on the road there against Bama. We've played them close though. I will say the last 2 years they've been on the schedule, and God, like honestly combined, I think Carolina has lost by like 7 points or something like that. Like it's been incredibly close, both games. So who knows? I don't know if I'm going to go out and call the upset there. But if you can win all of your home games in this first half of the year here, and if you can be 4-2 going into the break, you feel good, right? And again, like managing some expectations there, like, we're coming off a 4-win season. I don't want to scrape by and go 6-6 and go to the, what is the Independence Bowl still around? Like, yeah, like I don't want to go to the Independence Bowl. Like I'd like to at least
Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah, no, pass.
Duke
I want to go to the
Bowl.
Pop-Tarts Bowl is really like the SEC. I don't know if they're eligible, but that needs to happen. Like the Gamecocks in the Pop-Tarts Bowl would honestly make my life. But so yeah, like, but then that back half of the schedule, A&M, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Georgia, Clemson, it's hard. It is a hard stretch there. Beamer's teams have gotten better as the year goes on. I'd like to think that bye week is going to come at a critical time, right? We've had 2 road games. There's going to be some things to work on. Beamer's teams, with the exception of last year, always pull a rabbit out of their hat at some game that they should not win, whether it is Tennessee a couple of years ago, A&M, other ones. So find that fight. Like I like 7 or 8 wins, I think is really on the table for South Carolina, and coming off of a 4-win season, that would be a great turnaround there.
So let's say he's sitting there 6-5, and you got Clemson. Could that be make or break if he stays or not? Because that's such a heated rivalry.
Yeah, that's a crazy scenario. Yeah, if Beamer is 6-5, yeah, I don't think 6 wins guarantees him like a.
If you beat Clemson, get 7, go to a bowl game. You're kind of.
Yeah. That's like, yeah. I don't know. That's that's a more interesting one. Sitting at 5 and 6, winning at Clemson. Does he save his job? He honestly might in that scenario. Yeah, God, to lose to Clemson and go 6 and 6, I think he might lose his job. Yeah, which would really suck. But the team has played well at Clemson, and those games have been close as well. So,
not to put you on the spot, what's his record against Clemson all time? Shane Beamer.
He's won twice, hasn't he? I think he's won. So he's big 2-3.
Okay, that's good.
Oh God, someone's gonna roast me for not knowing this.
Sorry, I put you on the spot there. I know. I don't know if I would know what Georgia and Florida. Kirby.
No, yes, he won twice. He's 2-3.
Okay, not bad.
2-3.
Get 500, 3-3. Everybody's happy.
Well, and funny enough, those 2 wins have been at Clemson. He hasn't won at home against Clemson. Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, getting that 8-4 range, 9-3, everything's good in the world.
9 would be crazy. Like 9, I would. Yeah, I'll absolutely take that. Like 7, I think you're satisfied. 8, you feel really good about. At least that's where I'm at as a trying to be sensible fan. Trying being the operative word.
Yeah. So I had another question. Only reason why I knew this, I had a close buddy. He's in my life group for church. He's a South Carolina fan. He said, make sure and ask you about this garnet color change with the jerseys or whatever. So I got to ask that. He said, make sure and ask you.
Yeah. So, well, the big news, South Carolina is now a Nike school, long awaited. Under Armour, it was a weird, I think everyone just kind of grew tired of them. But yeah, the color has changed a little bit, on some articles of clothing. I saw an interesting side-by-side of the jerseys that Nike is selling compared to the ones that Under Armour used to sell. And it seemed to lean more red than garnet, which obviously is not great. You'd like to think that a billion-dollar company like Nike could get a color right. Some pieces of clothing look totally normal to me, at least online. Some people definitely skew red. I think what threw a lot of people off was that like Nike, I think, just buckets all of their schools into like just general, like this is how we're going to organize them, like on an Excel sheet. And it was Crimson, like Team Crimson, but that includes like Florida State as well, I believe. There's Alabama. So someone's like, are we now Crimson? Like, but I think that's just how they organize it. Like, I'm not hitting the panic button, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can't be red. Like, like you guys are red. We're garnet. And then, yeah, it might be a tough color to nail on some materials, but we got to make that right.
In your website, like the garnet and black or something too. I feel like,
like we are very much garnet.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's just a year one little speed bump on some of the jerseys, but hopefully the ones that are actually being played in are more garnet and not red.
I figured like they would reach out to you guys and do like a prototype or, hey, or is this cool? Or they're Nike and they can do whatever.
I'm open to it. Yeah, they can send me a prototype. I'm accepting all sponsorships, but I gotta believe they had some meetings, right? But and these things have numbers, like colors have numbers, so you can just put it into a computer and it'll print. But yeah, I think
AI, man, AI.
Yes,
options.
Absolutely. So we'll see. I mean, people love to find something to talk about, and so right now, some articles of clothing might not be the most color accurate.
And then what's your favorite? I know you guys do a lot, maybe more changes and play around with uniforms a whole lot more, which is fine. But what's your like favorite uniform color scheme?
That's great. Great question. Okay. I love the all whites. I love the all whites, but the record in them is terrible. So, and like anytime I see them, I'm excited. And I have to, kind of manage those expectations. But the combo that started as a throwback, which now is more of the rotation, the black jersey that has Gamecocks across the chest, not Carolina like the other ones. With Gamecocks cross chest, black, white pants, and then helmet, if you really want to go throwback, is the garnet with the block C on the white circle. That's awesome to me. Like, that rocks. And then they've done it with the black helmet as well. But if you can go garnet, black, white as the throwback, I love that as well.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Tim, appreciate you coming back on. And how do we follow you on social media?
Yeah, this was fun. Yes, have Twitter or X and Instagram. X is at Cox Gamecocks. So if you couldn't tell by now, Cox is my last name, just a play on words. And then Instagram is just the name of my podcast, which
I love that picture, by the way, right here.
Thank you. That picture is like at least 10 years old, maybe even more than that. Like, yeah, just at a tailgate, loving life. And then on Instagram, it's just the name of the show there. So Cox Talking Gamecocks, it's one word. Right now, doing the podcast weekly on Fridays to catch up on all news, and we're talking football. And then in the football season and kind of through basketball and baseball, depending on how the season goes, twice a week. So we're about to ramp up to that. Really excited for the season, and we'll see how it goes. But this was a lot of fun. Really appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming over to enemy territory here, talking with the Dogs.
No, this was good. This was good. There wasn't too much shit talking, which I thought might happen. I was ready for it, but we'll see how it goes in late November.
Yeah, we'll have to have you on that week and do a little preview, see how we're both doing.
Preview, yes, and then depending on how the game goes, maybe a post game, maybe not. But I can't promise it yet.
There you go. Make sure and check out Tim Cox Talking Gamecocks on Apple, Instagram, and Twitter as well. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah. Make sure to like, subscribe, share the Doghouse podcast. We're going to have some other great guests coming up, and we're right around the corner for beginning of the season. It'll be August, and September will be here before you know it. Thanks again for coming on.